Hi guys, this is Roel, and I played some more time with Gert-Jan already, and he has asked me to make some introductory for my warbands which I'm using. I haven't played this one yet, but this one's the first in my book, so I'm just gonna start with it. This is my Skaven warband. It's called the Dusk Runners, and we start off with the Assassin Adept. His name is focus Zarnath. And he tried to pick up some wardstone when it just fell down, and he burned his hands. So he got some fighting claws fixed up to it, and the rest of the crew respects him for it. These are his bodyguards, the Black Skaven. The one on the left with the halberd, it's called Itchit, and the other one with the, well, I call the sword because they can't use axes, is called Pusk. Then we got actually the most important one in this warband. It's Red Whisperer Var, and Red Whisperer Var talks to the rats in Mordheim to see where the best loot can be found, and that's where the warband goes. They always go right at the dusk, so they are called the Dusk Runners. Then there are two Night Runners. They both crawled out of the same pit, and they are called Krats and Snats, and they are both equipped with a sword, a dagger, and they carry a sling. And Var is also carrying a sling somewhere underneath his robes and his halberd. Then I got two groups of henchmen. I got the Club, which are Verminkin. There are four. They are carrying clubs and shields. And then I got the Step Club, and the Step Club is carrying two daggers and slings. So not slings all around, because I don't think that's a lot of fun. And of course they are with 13. This is my first warband, the Dusk Runners. And for my second warband we got the Witch Hunters, and those who are a fan of Steven Erikson, you'll probably gonna recognize some names. The paint job is amazing. It's done by Gert-Jan, and he gave them to me, and I'm really happy with it. So thanks again, Gert-Jan. Thank you, mate. Let's start off with my warband. It's called Pureg Hold, and they are there in more time to kill all of those magic users which defile the nice name of Sigmar himself. And we start off with my Witch Hunter captain. He's Anamander, and he's carrying a club and a crossbow. And then he brought along his friends, and the first one is Prezak with the spade. That's the one that spits around and sometimes digs up a sleeping corpse to destroy it so that the necromancers cannot pick it up anymore. Then the one with the big crossbow is called Dathanar. He's got a crossbow, and they're all carrying hammers somewhere around, my witch hunters. Dathanar is the sharpshooter, and he's got the biggest bow, and he likes to kill things with it. Then the last witch hunter is Keleros, and Keleros is the most bold of them all. He just runs forward, and he's right up in the middle of it, also carrying a hammer and a crossbow. Their warrior priest, which leads them in the prayers when they are needed, and when they have some sins to confess. They do it at their warrior priest. He's called Silchas Rune, and he's carrying two hammers because why not? Then my groups of henchmen. I got three groups of henchmen. The first one are my two flagellants. They are called the Doom Prophets. They don't care anymore. They are there, and they're gonna die anyway, so why not die with the name of Sigmar on your lips? And the middle group is the Rebel, and the Rebel are two zealots, and they are both carrying two hammers. And I know it's a torch, and I know it's a bell, but you gotta get swinged with it. It's gonna hurt anyway. And then we got the pack. I really wanted to call them K9, but I could only afford 3, and I could call them K3. That's a joke for the Dutchies. But I call them the pack, and those are the warhounds which run along. So Pureg Hold, They already did once, and they did really good, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun with them. Thanks again for the paint job. Then the last of my 3 warbands which I will be using are my man-eaters. And the warband's called Bloody Fists, and that's what they are for. After each battle they're gonna bloody their fists and they're gonna paint all around their own faces. And you're gonna see it when we get to the last 2 of the young bloods. They are led by the captain, and the captain is called Grabgut PF Giant Breaker. And he is in Mordheim to try and to taste and eat as much different races as they are, because that's the thing he really would like to do. Perhaps even make his own cookbook to and make some comments about the taste of each race. He's armed with a sword and an ogre club. And they are led through the dangerous streets of Mordheim by their mountain guide, Nugalk, and he just walks around and points them to the good places. Now I got 3 young bloods. The first one, carrying the double-handed sword, is the Executioner. He never speaks and he only executes people with his 2-handed sword. And then the last that you see there is the paint all around, the red blood paint. The 2 brothers, the young bloods, they're called Zag and Zog, both armed with a sword. And well, that's it. There's only 5 models, but I think they're scary anyway. So see ya, bye bye.